Hey girls, how are you guys doing? How are y'all doing? Oh my gosh, it's been a minute, huh? I feel like it's been so long since we've just sat down and talked. Uh, I don't even want to acknowledge and talk about anything from the past, really. I really sat down here, which I kind of wish I had a better showing. I'll have to show you guys where I'm sitting and recording because it's so cute. It's so I don't know. Right now, my my phone is being held on by leaning on a kombucha can. Pretty on brand for me, if I say so myself. Yeah, I want to just get into the subject of how I find my happiness because I made a post on Instagram. And it was a little joke of a post. It was nothing. I'll leave it around up here somewhere for you guys to look at. And there was a comment, I put as the caption something about going to Rite Aid, basically going to a store, and if anyone wants anything. And someone commented and made the joke about 2 bottles of happiness or something like that. And I like the comment. I can appreciate the comment, honey, trust and believe. And it kind of inspired me to talk about this with you guys. So what do I mean by that? For me, I always have to find my reason to be happy for the day. It probably doesn't surprise many of you guys, especially if you look at any of my older videos of where, it takes a lot for me to just get to a point for me to feel cheery sometimes. I see myself as a pretty optimistic person, but it's not without a lot of effort on my part. Ooh, this is a gorgeous path. Y'all see that? Gorgeous path. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up that well, but gorgeous. And yeah, I feel like it's the easy route to be pessimistic. And I can say that pretty confidently because I used to be pretty pessimistic about life. And sometimes still am. Sometimes still am. Trust and believe. I'm not perfect. This lighting's terrible, huh? But yeah, I feel like it's a lot easier to be pessimistic. And hear me out. Because it's so easy to look at what's wrong with the world and to find things that we don't like about ourselves, right? I mean, when you think about it, it's a lot easier if I ask you to name 3 things that you like about yourself and 3 things that you don't like about yourself. Most people are probably going to start listening to the 3 things they don't like about themselves first, right? Myself included, probably. Trust and believe. And so it's just a lot easier in my opinion because it's that itch you can't quite scratch, right? It's that thing that is a consistent in our lives of where there's always something going on and it serves to be an inconvenience in our life in some way. And so I got pretty good at finding my own happiness because I didn't ever, some of y'all probably know from my other videos, honey, my kombucha can. I don't want it to look like as if I'm drinking, just walking through the woods. Not that I haven't not done that before. I've always kind of been the one that has to have dealt with my things by myself, right? So, ooh, honey, this lighting. Ooh, honey, we gotta go. There we go. We don't do bad lighting. Yeah, so I've just learned to be my own support system. I've learned to find my happiness because if I don't take effort into trying to find my happiness, then it just doesn't look cute. I can go into a spiral, honey, right? And so for me, I find my happiness in things like this. I have a tarot card. I wish I could remember which one it is right now. It's in my first tarot deck, my Doreen Virtue deck. And one of the suggestions is finding the magic in little things in life. And it sounds corny, right? It's okay, girl. Okay. But truly, and maybe it's just because the bar for what will make me happy is just really low. But I find happiness, y'all, in stuff like this. Well, not walking in the woods. Granted, that's the bonus. But taking the extra moment, taking the extra step to make my walks intentional. Sounds silly, right? Hold on. I always am like a fast-paced person. I walk a lot. Like whenever I walk, I'm like, I'm not like a casual walker. I'm a speed walker. I get to my destination, honey. When I'm shopping, I get what I need and I get out. I'm just used to that fast pace. That's just how I am. I like to just go from point A to point B. But when I take the extra step to just walk slowly and to even sometimes, dare I say, even repeat the same path more than once, maybe I sound ridiculous to most people, and I probably do. Honestly, I probably do. I don't know if y'all can even see that. Hold on. Haha, surprise. Gorgeous, right? Hold on, y'all. I'll take y'all to a better spot. Maybe I'm just alone in this, but I kind of feel weird if I'm just like slowly walking and not like walking to like my like potential or whatever. Like, I don't know, girl. And I always think to myself, and just like, even if there's no one around, honey, I'll just be like, oh, like, what if someone just sees and like thinks I'm being weird, right? Like, of all things, honey, I wear makeup and look the most like eccentric ever every single day, but I worry about people noticing I'm taking the same path who probably don't even care, right? But that's my thing. This lighting. And so when I do things like this, right, I think about that tarot card that I clearly can't remember the name of right now, even though I've had it for years, because I think about it and it's those small things that make me happy. It's not the things that you would normally think about because it just sounds so ridiculous, right? It sounds so silly to see that as a problem and to do something like, it's just, I don't know. Maybe this video is just going to expose like how neurotic I am and how crazy I am, honey. But it's stuff like that. It's stuff like being able to share this moment with you guys, something like this. It makes me so happy to just see. It makes me so happy because I feel grateful for the fact that I can just go somewhere like this and just be myself. This is one of the few places I can just feel safe, and if I can just go out to a body of water, if I can go out just to some woods, and that just brings me a little bit of joy, that makes my day. That's what gets me going. And it's through those small things that make me happy that make it so much easier for me to be hopeful about things to come. Drink your water, honey. I know this isn't water, but some of y'all need to be reminded to drink. Lovely, honey. It allows me to be hopeful for the things long term that I want to accomplish, right? Being able to find the happiness in those small things, it allows me to, consistently feed the beast that is optimism for me. It's something that takes a lot of effort into consciously feeding into and finding reasons. I'm constantly finding my reasons to keep going, and take that as you will. I have to find my reasons to keep going, because if I choose to be lazy, if I choose to find, just to focus on the things that I don't like about myself, the things that make me depressed about my life, then, I'm not doing myself any good, honey, and I'm not doing anyone else any good by doing that, right? And at the very least, I'm hopeful for the fact that no matter how low I'm feeling, there's still this small part of me that I'm hopeful that I'm gonna find happiness, that I'm going to find that reason that helps me just get up in the morning where it doesn't feel like life is a chore. And maybe that's corny. Maybe this is like a video that's not going to be all that helpful to most people. But that's something I want to just suggest to you guys. I'm not going to just say like the corny pickup line, finding the magic in little things in life, right? Because I can acknowledge how annoying that can kind of sound without going in depth about it. But take a moment to just slow down with your walking, wherever it is. If you want to walk down the same street twice, 3 times, honey, do it. You know, it's those small things that can make you feel silly initially for whatever your reason, right? And again, maybe I'm just projecting my own stuff onto y'all, honey. But it's those small things that keep me going. Truly. I'm not naturally just an optimistic person. Just to believe, honey. I'm not. I always have to find my reasons. And I hope you can find your reasons as well. You know, I believe that we all deserve happiness. And it like breaks my heart when I see some people in my comments for my readings who just like, it seems like they just have lost hope. Because I feel as if when you start losing hope for your life and hope that things can potentially get better, that's when life becomes a lot harder. It becomes a lot harder to get yourself out of that rabbit hole. Ooh, honey, I'm not gonna have a video. We don't need to have another video where I'm crying, honey. But I love you guys so much. Let me know your reason. Let me know what small thing that's like ridiculous to everybody else but makes you feel good. Let me know about it. Share. Share with me. I want to know. Because you don't want to feel silly in this, right? I don't want to feel like I'm like the ridiculous one who thinks about like how I don't want to walk the same path in the middle of the woods because what if the trees know? What if the trees notice? What if people think I'm ridiculous, honey? I can wear makeup. But that's something that bothers me. Doesn't that put a lot in perspective, honey? And like what all of us are thinking about and are insecure about, right? We always are thinking that everyone else is looking at us and noticing our insecurities, honey, but really, we're all just being human. We're all just being afraid that everyone else sees through the mask that we're putting on our face. Not just the pandemic mask. Imagine the world if everyone was a lot more vulnerable, huh? Well, that's a completely different video. I'm gonna close this one out. I love you guys a lot. It was really nice just talking to you guys without some tarot cards. So, if you haven't heard it today, y'all, I see you, I hear you, and I love you so much. Cheers, girl.